Okay. Hey, everybody. It's Laser Lord again from Israel, having to give you the truth in a world full of fools, ignorance, and hatred. And I have to be the one to break it to you that people have been pulling the wool over your eyes. And I'm just going to start off by, recently this guy Theo Vaughn. I mean, these are the guys. It looks exactly like the bullies I had to deal with when I was growing up in elementary school, middle school, high school. These are the dudes who their fathers beat them, their fathers were drunk, and they want to pick on the Jewish kid in school. It's the same old thing repeating itself. All of these people, all of the stereotypes you see of these people, the dude down in Florida, whoever it is, the Tucker Carlsons, it's always these people. It's ignorance, it's hatred, it's jealousy. So Theo Vaughn, he tells Joe on the Joe Rogan show that Israel is invading Lebanon. And Joe Rogan has to tell him, no, they're taking out the terrorists. Let me just explain to everybody. Israel never invades anyone, ever. Israel defends itself against fanatic Muslim conquerors who have conquered a third of the world, are presently conquering Europe and Africa, and have invaded America and England without you wanting to really focus on it. And Israel is saying, hey, we have one historic homeland. It's the size of New Jersey, more or less, and we are not prepared to go back to the times of the Holocaust, of the pogroms of Europe, of being second-class citizens in all of the Arab nations and Muslim countries. Okay? So I could take you through the history of every time, the recent thing, the only reason people got killed in Gaza, I'm just going to give it to you quick. In 2005, Gaza is a part of Israel, and there was Jews living on the border there in all the towns where Arabs never lived. Jews built up the place like they did. Go read the testimony of Mark Twain in the late 1800s. He said, this is a barren place. No one wants it. There's no towns. There's no government here. It's an Ottoman territory that nothing's happening. And that's when the Jews started buying land, started building up. That's when a lot of the Muslims started moving here to get jobs, to get work, until their fanatic leadership told them, we are going to kill and conquer all the Jews. We're not going to let the Jews come to their historical territory. Why? Because we want to make an Islamic caliphate. Now, that is not the version of all Muslim beliefs, but that is the jihadist version. And those are the people who took over the Palestinian, quote, Palestinian leadership. There is no Palestinian people. These people came from all different countries: Egypt, Syria, Tunisia, Yemen, Iraq. They came from all over Libya, every place. There was not a homogeneous peoples that were living here, and all of a sudden the Jews are misplacing them. So let me just explain to you from the very beginning. The Jews are buying land legally. They're immigrating legally. At that time, it was under the Ottoman Empire. Then after World War I, it was by the British. The British were letting the local Muslim population slaughter the Jews because the British and the French who caused the problem in the whole area, because they sold the same parts of same land to two different peoples. Okay? They are the real criminals. They are the real colonialists. They are the real ones who are the moral bankruptcy, who know really who the terrorists are, and yet they are flooded with them and they can't do anything about it. So they're trying to sell the Jews under the bus, just like, the Tucker Carlsons and all those type of people are trying to do. But it's not going to work, people, because you've seen it for 2,000 years. The Jews come back. Whoever wants to take on the Jews and do damage to the Jews, they will be able to do damage to the Jews. Pharaoh problems to the Jews. The Romans did problems to the Jews. The Greeks did problems to the Jews. And all through history with all the Hitlers and everything, and all the 7 Muslim nations that tried to take on the Jews and wipe them out after the UN gave 2 states for 2 people, and the Palestinians, quote, Palestinians said, let's wipe out all the Jews and take all the land. All those people caused damage to the Jews, and all of those people are gone and are forgotten and were wiped out. So you want to try that again? Do you think that's a smart thing to do? It's not going to end up wisely for you. It's not going to end up good. And that's what happened from the very beginning with the new Jewish state in the land of Israel, coming back to their traditional territory. They never planned to misplace. Look, go read the Zionist Manifesto. Zionism is just a continuation of the Bible, that the Jews are supposed to live in the land of Israel. They're not supposed to convert the world or conquer the world. They're supposed to be a light unto the nations, showing people how to live a moral life. Have they done it all the time? No. Have they done for their small percentage in the world a lot of amazing things that other people haven't? Yes, they have. Look at the Nobel Peace Prizes. Look at all the inventions. Look at all the good things that the Jews have brought into the world, as opposed to Islam that brought upon us terrorism, that you have to wait in line now at airports and you have to have all these other things. And if you want to go to a rock concert in France, you got to get worried about blowing up. If you want to go so many other places in Africa and you are a Christian, you got to get worried about having your head chopped off. And on and on and on. Okay? So from the very beginning, there was massacres in 1929, the Hebron massacre. Before there was the state of Israel, before there was any green line, red line, purple lines, you are just ignorant, all the people that listen to these Theo Vaughns. Israel gave over in 2005 the land of Gaza to the Palestinian Authority to let them try to make a state alongside the state of Israel. Okay? It was a big piece of land, and they had about 2 million people there. At that time, maybe it was 7 million, and it just kept growing. The EU, the UN, and all of these Muslim countries pumped billions of dollars into it, and what did they do? They built terror infrastructure. They spent all the money on underground tunnel systems because they wanted to make guerrilla warfare on the Jews, knowing that what was their plan? The plan worked to some extent. They said, listen, even if we invade the Jews and we can't conquer it, we'll make such a massacre and we'll take people hostage. They'll have to kill us, and we'll use our own people as human shields. We'll keep shooting rockets from civilian areas. They'll have to blow them up. They'll have to kill innocent civilians who the world will think are innocent people. These are people who voted in Hamas, support Hamas, and hide Hamas in schools, in hospitals. It's been proven. And so this is what happened. On October 7th, the people of Gaza, instead of, keeping going, they had, what all those people say, oh, look at Gaza on October 6th, 2023. It's a beautiful place. Well, was it a beautiful place? Well, then why did they ruin it if it was a beautiful place? They slaughtered 1,200 Jews, innocent people, innocent civilians, old women, raped 300 people at a music concert. And the Jews were left with no choice except to try to get back their hostages, and they had to take out Hamas. Now, Hamas didn't want to surrender. They didn't want to give back the hostages, and the people of Gaza decided that they're going to hide Hamas. And so Israel was left with no other possibility except to keep on killing Hamas no matter where they are, because rockets were flying all over Israel. I live here, don't tell me. No one speaks about the fact that Hamas and Iran and Hezbollah, they just indiscriminately throw rockets everywhere at the civilian population of Israel. But Israel invests in its citizens and protecting its citizens. It does not use its citizens as human shields. So Israel was forced to defend itself. It didn't invade Gaza. This is the same story in Lebanon. What does Lebanon have to do with Hamas? Here's Hezbollah, the Shiites. Here's Hamas, the Sunnis. in the land of Israel. This is Lebanon, because it's all Iranian proxies. It's all about this Islamic caliphate. It's all jihad. The Hezbollah became terrorists in Lebanon. Israel never invaded Lebanon. Israel only had to protect itself from the rockets that were always falling on Israeli citizens from Lebanon. The people of Lebanon didn't stand up. They weren't strong enough. They didn't get world support. And so the Christian community got swallowed up there by these radical Iranian proxy Hezbollah. And Israel is forced to go in and take care of business. It's the same thing in Iran. Iran's been fueling it for 47 years. Israel never invades anyone. Israel is forced to defend itself and will continue to defend itself against radical Islam. And I suggest you all do the same.